Part 1. The Amulet. The chill of the evening air cut through the city like a blade as Kai crouched on the edge of the rooftop, his spray cans laid out beside him like a painter's tools. Below, the streets of Eastview sprawled in a web of graffiti-tagged alleyways, glowing neon signs, and restless traffic. Kai had spent countless nights tagging these rooftops, his marks spreading like a wild flame across the city's walls. Tonight, the wind carried a peculiar hum through the air, an unsettling quiet that even the hum of the city couldn't drown out. Kai paused, the can in his hand stilling as he looked across the alley below, his eyes narrowing as something caught his attention. A flicker of movement, a flash of light, split the darkness just beyond the shadowed corners of the alley. A portal, shimmering and alive, swirled into existence. It was like nothing Kai had ever seen, glowing violet and gold, a tear in the fabric of reality itself. The swirling energy hummed with a deep, strange power. Kai's heart raced. He was no stranger to trouble, but this was different. His instincts screamed at him to run, but he couldn't. He was drawn to the strange portal, watching with wide eyes. The figure that emerged from the swirling vortex was even stranger than the portal itself. A woman draped in long, dark robes stepped forward, her presence like the night itself. Her hair was wild, silver-streaked with hints of violet, and her eyes gleamed with an unnatural light. She looked around the alley with a slow, measured gaze, her fingers trailing the air, as if weaving invisible threads. Kai's breath caught in his throat. He was frozen, crouching low on the rooftop, every muscle tense. If she saw him, he was done for, but he couldn't tear his gaze away from her. There was something magnetic about her. The witch stepped further into the alley, her eyes scanning the surroundings. She muttered something under her breath, a language Kai couldn't understand, but it sounded like the words of another world, foreign, ancient. Kai's heart beat louder now, thudding in his chest as he tried to remain as still as possible. His spray can nearly slipped from his hand, but he caught it just in time, clenching his fingers around it like a lifeline. He needed to get out of there, to climb down the fire escape and disappear before she noticed him. Just as he was about to pull himself back, something shifted in the air. The witch raised her arm, and a glowing symbol appeared in the air in front of her. The symbols twisted and moved, like living things, floating and dancing in the moonlight. Kai's eyes widened as the symbols began to settle, their energy thick in the air, almost tangible. He watched, mesmerized, as the witch reached out and grabbed a small object from the air. It was an amulet, glowing with the same violet light as the portal. The witch held it in her palm, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns on its surface. Without warning, the witch turned toward the base of the alley, her eyes locking with Kai's hiding spot for the briefest of moments. His breath caught, his chest tightening as if the world had frozen. For a second, he thought she had seen him, that he was done for. But then she simply looked away, as if sensing something was amiss, but not quite sure what. With a flick of her wrist, the portal closed and the witch vanished from sight, her form fading into the shadows. The alley was silent once again, the eerie hum of magic fading with her departure. Kai didn't move at first. He was still trying to process what had just happened, his mind racing. Then, without thinking, he scrambled to his feet and made his way down the fire escape, his eyes constantly scanning the dark corners of the alley, half expecting the witch to return. He made it to the bottom, his sneakers hitting the wet pavement with a soft thud. The alley felt different now, more alive with a kind of energy that hadn't been there before. His eyes instinctively turned toward the spot where the witch had been. And there, lying in the dirt, partially hidden beneath a pile of discarded boxes, was the amulet she had left behind. Kai hesitated for a moment. It was the kind of thing someone like him usually wouldn't touch, something that didn't belong in his world. But something deep inside him urged him forward. He reached out, fingers trembling, and picked it up. The moment his fingers brushed the amulet, a shock of energy surged through his body, unlike anything he had ever felt. His vision blurred, and his senses heightened to an unnatural degree. The sounds of the city around him grew sharper, clearer. The distant hum of a car engine, the soft rustle of wind through the trees, even the faintest footsteps echoing in the distance. His heart raced, but not from fear. It was from something else, something powerful and overwhelming. His body felt different, stronger, faster. His senses were alive, almost too sharp, like he could see through the night itself. Kai looked down at the amulet in his hand, its glow pulsing softly. He didn't know what it was or how it worked, but one thing was certain: his life had just changed forever. And for the first time, Kai realized that he was something more, something that had just tapped into a power he didn't understand yet. The city felt different now. A new world had just opened up before him, and he could feel it calling. The journey had just begun.